Today, tonight, or this morning, depending on when you're watching, we field tested the top 5 ways to have a successful fall semester. Does it involve Adderall? I can't say. But what I can say is that I'm extremely focused and haven't slept in 5 days. Roll the cheer track! Yes, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Welcome to another amazing season of CCNY TALK. Yes, there are 2 more seasons before this, and I'm just as shocked as you. I'm your host, Brian Gonzalez. Well, it's October, everyone. That means a few things. For one, the weather is an identity crisis, which means us as lowly, poor, college, CUNY students, that we have to debate whether or not to bring a jacket to class only to melt in the 75-degree weather in the afternoon. It's cuffing season, so that means those of you that have nobody have suddenly been given a plethora of options to watch Netflix and to chill and do other things. But it also means we're a month and a half into the semester. And if you're anything like me, you've been convincing yourself that it's still summer, only to realize that it isn't. But it's also that sweet spot where if you've failed in working at your studies, you still have enough time to turn it around or withdraw, whichever comes first. But here at CCNY Talk, we're committed to the former. So we're gonna give you the top 5 ways to turn that F into like a B minus, which let's be realistic. Tip number 1, organization is the key to success. And I'm not talking about those post notes you put in your book to make yourself look like a pretentious teacher's pet. But you know what I am talking about? Time management, appointments, scheduling. Let's face it, no one's gonna buy those city planners at the bookstore. They're expensive, and we don't use paper anymore. Plus, you could lose it. But you know what you won't lose? This thing. Plug stuff in there. Know where you're supposed to be and when you're supposed to be there. And if you want your friend to not have an excuse to be late, plug it in his phone. That way, if he doesn't show up, you know he really just didn't want to hang out with you. Tip number 2, drop that junk food. Turns out, exercising literally helps you have more energy and concentrate. And Wingate is literally open from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m., which gives you literally no excuse to keep that freshman 15. Tip number 3. Now, I said earlier that I don't believe in paper, and it's true, I am very anti-paper. But turns out, writing down notes actually helps you retain information. And while you're writing those notes, retaining information means you can't watch those distracting internet videos. And while now I know so much less about the physics of how a rat carries pizza down to the subway, I know so much more about Lord Byron's effect on British romanticism. Isn't college great? Tip number 4, making friends is hard. And isn't college about getting the most out of life without working so hard? So join a club. Get those networks, those connections, those friendships without working so hard. Here's a couple clubs here at City College. Got that? Good. And do yourself a favor. Join a club with people that aren't exactly like you. Spice it up a little bit. Tip number 5. Now this is my favorite tip and one I indulge in far too often during class. But guys, you need to sleep in order to be a functioning human being. Now it's suggested that you take 8 hours of sleep, but let's face it, that's never going to happen. So grab a nap in the library, in the halls before class. Your teacher and your body will be grateful. But people watching you drool all over yourself, not so much. So hopefully if you apply these 5 tips, you'll be able to turn that grade around before the semester ends. And if you want any more tips, be sure to visit our Facebook page at CCNY S.A.M.E TV. Or if you're completely out of hope, the withdrawal period will probably be over by the time this airs. So I'm sorry. Now I all hope you love my Halloween costume. I've decided to be Donald Trump. My suit looks expensive, my hair is on fleek, and my opinions are stubborn, racist, but entertaining. And here at CCNY Talk, we want to know what you're doing for Halloween. Because nothing says creativity like a bunch of drunk 20-somethings on the streets of New York City. So we're going to take it to my colleagues outside. No, not him, just out. Outside.
Hi, my name is Anjon Paul, aka Freddy Krueger, and I'm here with S.A.M.E TV. We're asking questions about what you're doing for Halloween.
I want to be Wonder Woman this year.
So me and my boyfriend are going to be Lola and Bugs Bunny from Space Jam.
Oh, that's so cool. What was your best Halloween costume?
I mean, I was like really poor growing up, so I always just put on black clothes and said I was a ninja.
Oh man, it was definitely last year where I made my own like Cruella de Vil, but like a pin-up lingerie version of it.
What do you think is going to be the coolest Halloween costume out this year?
Honestly, I am not sure, but I hope it's something scary. Because people usually try to be cute, but I think like the whole point of Halloween is being scary.
I'm thinking about a movie character, I think Freddy.
Freddy Krueger, like me.
I'm like scared of being sliced up.
Hey, yo, what up, CCNY? My name's Aromoni Boone. Today, we're going to be going around campus to see what people are going to be dressing up for Halloween.
One of my friends said I should be Dora because I had a purple book bag, but I'm not representing today. As you see, I have a black book bag.
What do you think will be the most popular costume on campus?
I think either like a werewolf or one of those Freddy Krueger people, because I see them everywhere.
Can you guess my costume right now? Gotta...
Right now, a guy holding a basketball.
A basketball player? I don't know.
Okay, well, which one?
Maybe LeBron James. I don't know.
Not LeBron James.
Someone studying basketball, like someone doing it from an academic angle and not
Yes.
playing.
I'm Steph Curry.
Who is it? I can't guess.
It's Steph Curry.
Oh my god. I see it.
You are. It's cheating. You're Stephen Curry.
You already knew, but that's okay. It's like I'm getting a doctorate in basketballology.
Are you really? Is that like a PhD?
A PhD? Of course, you are. I can't even play that out. You're good. All right, guys, after everyone's seen my bad Steph Curry costume, we're going to call it a day. I hope everyone has an amazing Halloween and an even more amazing Harlemween.
Well, there you have it, folks. This Halloween's gonna be interesting. Sometimes degrading, sometimes depressing, but mostly interesting. Be sure to join us next month here at CCNY Talk. I'm your host, Brian Gonzalez. And I'm late to my midwifing class.